Hey, y'all. Hey. All right, I see you guys coming in. Some of you are like, what the heck? Y'all told y'all I will be here. Hey, Forge man, good to see you. Y'all listen. Breaking news. Y'all already know. I told you guys. I don't know, those of you that are upset, those of you that are shocked. Listen, I don't know why. So you read from the title. I didn't even put the description. I'll do all that later. Right now, we're on breaking news. Kyle Rittenhouse has been found not guilty on all the counts. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I am Melissa Berrien of Real Talk with Melissa Berrien. And I'm kind of dressed down. I'm actually preparing for a cute little reception that we're having tomorrow. And I'm not due to go live for a couple of hours, but I had to jump on and give you guys the breaking news that Kyle has been found not guilty. Okay. Told y'all. Told you. It's par for the course. And I'm going to share a conversation that I had with my son-in-law, who is, let's say, very heavily armed. And it was very interesting because I wasn't really expecting him to have the perspective that he had on this case. So shout out to Trey, because I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for having this idea of what you thought about this case. Now, let's get right into it, my friends. Bless Reborn is like, child, let me find my lip gloss. Listen, I'm on here, like I said, I am preparing for this reception. I'm moving stuff and I'm zipping and zooing. And y'all, I forgot to tell y'all, my loyal subscribers, we got a little puppy. Sir Winston. Let me before I tell y'all the name. So we are busy in this house, okay? But I had to bring this live breaking news. Hopefully, Trash Can Waves will come in, because he gonna come in hop, skipping, and jumping and dancing. But you know what? Like I said, I'm gonna share a conversation that I had with son-in-law, and son-in-law had some things to say. But in the meantime, look at this face, y'all. Look at him. That's Sir Winston. Let me see. There we go. What's his name? Sir Winston. Dang it, B, help me out. Sir Winston Daquan Bonaparte Berrien. That's right. So y'all, we busy. So blind guy, his wife says, just a mess. Oh, pup, he's so cute. He's a Maltipoo Shih Tzu mix, so he's a little tiny guy. And my husband is in love with the dog, probably more than I lost my husband to the puppy. Okay. I'm just playing. Yes, Sir Winston Daquan Berrien, and the kids call him Day Day. Wait a minute. Look at Sir Winston Daquan Bonaparte Berrien. Yes, Bonaparte. Okay. His first name was going to be Bonaparte, but I added it as a middle name. Yes, Bonaparte. Adorable Sir Winston. Daquan is, listen, girl, Shannon, they be like, Day Day. And I be like, y'all are so ghetto. Like, so, but he's so cute. Y'all know I'm not an animal person, but he is so cute from a distance. I touch him a little bit like this, but I don't hold him or nothing. I'll get there. It's just, I got to get used to him. But he's absolutely adorable. I spoil him from a distance. I hate when he's in the cage. I don't mind that. And he's just absolutely adorable. So we are breaking in a new puppy for day 2 now. And yes, Friendsgiving. Sir Winston to Day Day. Come on now. Winston Bonaparte. And girl, he got a little tie. He's absolutely the cutest. And so my kids and my family have been wanting a dog forever. But as you know, my husband being military, I was like, nope. So anyway, I got my viewers. Y'all are here. We'll talk about Sir Winston tonight. I'll show him tonight. So tune in tonight. Tonight is Sipping and Just Saying, a virtual happy hour. So, okay, y'all aren't surprised. Kyle has been found not guilty on all the charges. Now, here's the thing. When I was talking to son-in-law, it came to my mind because y'all know that the judge dropped the weapons charge. And if you don't know about this case, the weapons charge came because someone gave him the weapon. So I said, well, maybe the judge dropped the weapons charge because because you can't try somebody twice, double jeopardy. Maybe they wanted the weapons charge to go to the person that supplied the weapon instead of Kyle. So we'll talk about that. So, my friends, I told you guys the past couple of days that I knew that this was going to come exactly how I said it was going to come. I'm trying to find my live breaking news because I know CNN, PBS, CBC, and everybody else is going absolutely crazy. I don't think that he should have been found not guilty on even the lesser charges, but you know, not guilty. And of course, I see a picture of him hugging his lawyer. And now let's go to the reaction. I'm going to show you guys this uh reaction because people are gathering at Arizona's courthouse. I don't know what they have to do with that. So let's show you. We just gonna hop around different news stations and we just gonna hold each other's hand. And as we are looking, so this is the Arizona courthouse. Um, and as we are watching this, these people are gathering in Arizona. There's going to be celebrations all across America for this case, and I'll um I'll begin to tell you guys the conversation that I had with my son-in-law. He is a very, very, very heavily armed dude. So don't come over here with the foolishness because he's packing. Okay. So in knowing that, I kind of thought that I miss I miss I misjudged him, let's say. Because his thing was he said, well, he doesn't think Kyle should have been down there. So I was like, oh, okay. So you didn't think he belonged down there. He was like, nope, he shouldn't have been down there. He didn't think that he should have gotten a hold of the weapon. So I was with him when he was right. And he thought that he thought at first that the businesses asked Kyle to protect their businesses, which they did not. But he said that he felt like it was self-defense because the people were chasing him and he had a right to defend himself. And I understand that part as well. But I also feel like I told him, I felt like Kyle was part provocateur because he went to the riots ready to fight. Okay? He went armed. And like I told Trey, I said, listen, when you are packing, you guys that carry, you say it yourself. I don't carry and not expect to use the weapon. So this whole notion of Kyle being like, oh, well, I had it, but I wasn't sure and I wasn't threatened and all of that. You were part provocateur. So I'm not surprised. Um, Ginkgo says, how heavy? I don't know what this says. How heavy would the balls be if he was prowling the streets with his gun again tonight as they try to riot? Oh my God. Do not. But you know what, Quinco? That is what I told son-in-law. I said, this is going to set a dangerous precedence because what it's saying is you, me, us, we as private citizens can police along with the police. And that's just not okay. It's just not okay. So I think this is this Arizona people gathered following Rittenhouse verdict. This is Arizona's news, which those of you that don't know, that's where I'm at. So big balls. But Quinco, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This sets a dangerous, dangerous precedence because, oh, there's a riot, there's a whatever, there's an uprising, there's a protest. I was just defending myself because they were being unruly. And like I was telling son-in-law, I was like, the problem that I have is no one asked Kyle to be down there as a 17-year-old citizen. You have a right to protect yourself and your property. That's where it ends. And like I said to him, if Kyle was protecting his family's business or whatever, then that would be a slippery slope. But he had no business being down there. But like son-in-law said, can you charge someone and be found guilty for having no business being somewhere? I don't know. So this is going to be interesting. And Quinco, thank you for that assessment because that is exactly my thought. Riots break out tonight. Hopefully they do not. No one had, we could peacefully protest and everything, but they already, from what I understand, TikTokers are like, oh, if he's found not guilty, is on. So if riots break out tonight, like you said, how much would his testicular fortitude would it take for him to go out there and start patrolling again? Jesus, y'all, this is too much. This is too much. There are two sets of rules. Just realize that what's good for them and good for us. We can't do what they do and get away with it. And I agree. And I also told son-in-law that. I said, here's the thing. It feels as if people that are really, really, really heavily armed, really, and I'm here for the First Amendment. Like, you absolutely have the right to bear arms, but these extremists is what I'm saying. They feel like that they can do what they want to do. And you're absolutely right. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Kyle was a black guy? This kid walked through after, because part of the video, now I gotta admit, I haven't watched it, recently, but I remember when it was taking place. He was walking down with this weapon, passing all type of police officers and everyone else. They did not stop him. And this was after he shot people. They were trying to tell the police, he shot somebody, he shot somebody. A brown, black, Muslim, black person, Asian person, no one else in the world could get away with that. I don't care what you say. Understand, life is not play fair. Play chess differently. Exactly what the funk. Exactly. Quinco, it's gonna be interesting if he takes his butt home or he pulls this again. Congratulations on your new baby. Your life will be so busy. Never a dull moment. Message me for assistance. I'll help as much as I can. Bless Reborn. Listen, y'all know I'm not really an animal person, so I'm really trying to get used to touching him and I haven't held him yet, but he's so stinking cute. Okay. Daquan is so stinking cute. But so if you're just tuning in, we're talking about the puppy that my husband and I got. It's really a gift to my husband, who absolutely will give me the world, and all he wanted was a puppy. Okay. And I just waited for him to retire. Now that he's retired, good, working from home, you can have your puppy. Okay. So yeah, Bless Reborn, we will definitely be reaching out to you. Okay. So if you're just tuning in, friends, I am Melissa Berrien of Real Talk with Melissa Berrien. I'm bringing you guys the breaking news. People are beginning to gather at different courthouses. We have to see what's going to happen this evening, because this case was a high profile case, and hopefully people will, she says, absolutely. Okay. Hopefully people will remain civil, but I'm not so sure about that. There's a lot of factors that play into this. And yes, the notion that someone of another race can just police the city as they please. Come on, man. This is, but I knew it was going to happen. I absolutely knew it was going to happen. Not Bonaparte. Yes, Bonaparte is part of his name. Now, listen. Wait a minute. Look at Sir Winston Daquan Bonaparte Berrien. Listen. Okay, y'all see it. I just jumped in. I'm a corrections officer, so I have to come back later. Okay, Pamela, we will talk about it. Probably not tonight with our sipping and just saying, but I'm going to be here dropping this breaking news as long as I can. And my battery to my, I'm going to have to plug in my laptop here in a second so that I don't lose you. So hold on one second. Doesn't sound like anyone's surprised. Doesn't sound, and that's the shame, And I was telling son-in-law, I said, he said, and I like the fact that he said, I don't understand why. So he's a gun owner, like major, but he's not an extremist. He's like, I don't understand why they're calling him a hero. So I gave him Trash Can Waves' argument. There you go. There go my dog. He said, free my dog. Oh, he free, baby. He free. I told you he was going to be free. And so anyway, I was letting him know, son-in-law know Trash Can Waves argument, where a lot of people feel like he's a hero because there's 2 less dangerous people on the street. That's the way they feel. And again, that I explained it a little bit yesterday. I've talked about it a little bit, but it's the same making people out to be villains after the fact, after the crime, after you decided to take their lives or whatever. It's the same thing with Trayvon Martin. It was, he was suspended from school and he got in trouble and look, this Facebook post with him garnishing a weapon and all this stuff. But that still doesn't mean that Zimmerman had the right to chase him down. Okay. I told you guys, he was going to, when the jury took 3 days to deliberate, not guilty. Not guilty. It's very interesting because he's found not guilty on all the charges, but it seems like they didn't even consider the lesser charges, which I think, okay, Helga, you thought that, hey, Helga, you thought it was going to be a hung jury. That's a good point. Who was getting chased down and not chasing others? See, I look at it differently, Trash Can Waves. He might have been chased down. He might have been chased down eventually, but because he went there with the weapon, to me, that was a way, like my son-in-law said, that was an intimidation tactic. Okay. And he's one of you. Okay. But he doesn't see Kyle as a hero. And so kudos to son-in-law. He doesn't see that he's a hero. He thinks Kyle shouldn't have been down there. But if they were chasing him, he had a right to defend himself. That's his point. Hey, Just Me, Mod Extraordinaire. They knew they had no case. They did have a case. Only gun charge was a SBR charge, which was proven false. Okay. I thought about it afterwards. I think that the gun charge wasn't going to go to Kyle. I think that they didn't want to possibly get into some sort of double jeopardy thing because he wasn't the one that supplied Kyle. Kyle didn't. Someone supplied the gun. So maybe they're going to go after someone else. That's just my opinion, what I think. Let's see if I can find someone else with the take, because right now it looks like just a crowd of people walking around the courthouse. So as you guys see, Kyle has been found not guilty on all charges, every single last one. And I'm not surprised. And it doesn't sound like anybody in the audience is surprised. Again, Trash Can Waste, we spoke about this a little bit yesterday. I just think that this will set a dangerous precedence that has already been set. This is nothing new. So let's see. This guy is talking outside of the Kenosha courthouse. He is a representative of the Rittenhouse family. So let's see what he has to say. And I'll rewind it if I have to.
But look, I'll say it again. There are no winners in this.
Nope.
But this is an opportunity to have some discussions that I think should be had.
And David Hancock, Channel 12 in Milwaukee, here, ABC. We're live as well. And I just want to introduce you to our viewers. You've been with the Rittenhouse family this whole time. And I was in the courtroom and I saw you, Wendy, really kind of held on to your arm tightly. What did you feel from her in that moment when they read the verdict?
Relief. I mean, a year and some odd months of just having her son be defamed, for lack of a better term, but just be assaulted with just untrue things and comments and assumptions. And she knows what's in Kyle's heart and what's in his head, as do I. Since I picked him up on November 20th, I know, and everybody in that room, all his family know the kind of person Kyle is. And so to get the verdict was just, I mean, I'm still trying to kind of reconcile it all in my head right now, but she knows her son is going to be coming home, and she knows her son will always be coming home now, right? So, and he's been judged to be innocent. He's not guilty of what has. So kind of bumbling too, but
and
yeah.
did you see his reaction at all? You almost could kind of hear him hit the table. His knees may be buckling. Did you catch that at all?
It's been a long road.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's been a long road, and
shouldn't have had his behind down there.
I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of the family for staying strong. God bless Mark and Corey. The defense team just nailed it. But to that point,
okay,
I think there's some issues that need to be looked at in terms of the prosecution and things that they did, what they attempted, and hopefully that will be looked into in the coming months.
It's always risky to put the defendant.
There was never a doubt.
He was always going to take the stand. Do you think that
he wanted to take the stand? Sorry to cut you off, but he always wanted to take the stand because he wanted to tell his story, what he experienced, how he felt. There was never a doubt that he was going to take the stand.
Do you think that played a huge role in this verdict? Own words.
I would think yes. Because then you strip away everything else. You strip away everybody calling him a racist and a white supremacist, and you strip away everybody else trying to tell the world his intent, right? Why he was there, who he is, the kind of young man he wants to be in the future. You get rid of all of that, all right? And he tells his story, and he was always committed to doing that, period.
For people who don't know Kyle, you've got a chance to really know him. What do you want people to know about him right now?
What I think came out in court was the things that were being reported about him were not factual or true. Ever since the 25th of August of last year, he is a caring, he's an empathetic, and he's a civic-minded young man. And so I think you're going to see some good things out of Kyle coming up because I was telling them he's very pragmatic about what has happened over the past year, right? So he's got some things to say, and I think.
Let's see what the judge is talking about, because he's not saying anything. He's not saying anything that I wouldn't expect him to say. Absolutely. Let's go to another one. Looks like the judge is speaking.
With anyone, you're welcome to do so as little or as much as you want. The media have requested, a number of media sources have requested the ability to talk to you, and they have been allowed to present presentations to you that you'll get in writing, and it's entirely up to you whether you want to contact them. They are not to contact you. If anyone does contact you and just tell them you're not interested in discussing it, if that's the case. And if anyone persists in doing so, report that to us and it will be addressed, I assure you. At the beginning of the trial, there was some concern about information and your safety. And I assure you that we will take every measure to.
Of course you will.
That is, your concerns are addressed and respected. I'm going to talk to you for just a minute, not about anything to do with the case, but just about that sole issue. And you, as I say, you're welcome to discuss the case as little or as much as you want. Any questions, anybody? Thank you so much. And you're after 4 years, you're eligible for service again. It would be my pleasure to work with you. Thank you.
Judge Schroeder dismissing the jury. This case is over. Kyle Rittenhouse found not guilty on all 5 counts he faced.
Okay. I forgot to plug in. I plugged in the laptop thing over there, but I didn't plug it into the computer, so she died. So anyway, so let's see. Here's the judge.
In the shooting deaths of two men, the wounding of another during protests, social justice protests last year in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Dangerous
We want to go right to
precedent.
NBC's Gabe Gutierrez. He's there. He's been
So there
covering
he
this case
is,
from the start.
not
Tell
guilty
us what the
on all
reaction you're
charges.
seeing
Let's
right now
watch.
is, Gabe.
Well, hi there, Lester. As you mentioned, Kyle Rittenhouse found not guilty on all counts. A small crowd of demonstrators that has really been here throughout most of the trial is also here within the past few moments. We have seen supporters of Kyle Rittenhouse say, "Free Rittenhouse," and also the Second Amendment is alive. And Lester, that is a theme that has run throughout this case. The jury apparently siding with the defense, which argued throughout this trial that Kyle Rittenhouse came down here to Kenosha to protect the city from rioters and that he only acted in self-defense once he was attacked. Of course, the prosecution had made the argument that you shouldn't be able to claim self-defense if this is a danger you helped create, essentially arguing that Kyle Rittenhouse was the aggressor. But this jury of 12 sided with the defense. Again, Lester, that Kyle Rittenhouse acted in self-defense. He is now found not guilty. You saw him inside that courtroom breaking down in tears, hugging his attorneys. But after a trial that lasted almost 3 weeks, the jury coming back with this verdict after about 24 hours of deliberations.
Okay, so it's 24 hours.
Gabe.
Okay.
So the defense had contended in each of those cases that Kyle Rittenhouse feared for his life, that the others were the aggressors.
Yeah, that's exactly right. 3 people were shot. 2 of them were killed. The third person who was shot and wounded, Gage Grosskreutz, actually testified earlier on in this trial. He was one of the prosecution's witnesses. Some legal analysts saying that some of his testimony actually ended up backing up the defense's claim of self-defense. But this is a trial that got a lot of attention here in Kenosha and really around the country as testing the limits of self-defense. And for those who may not have been originally familiar with this case, this all happened during the unrest that followed the police shooting of a black man, Jacob Blake. Rittenhouse coming to Kenosha from his home in Antioch, Illinois, just over the state line, and bringing an AR-15 style rifle. Now, Lester, he originally was charged with more counts, and at one point during this trial, the judge actually dismissed the 6th count of gun possession by a minor. The defense arguing that Wisconsin law did not apply to long-barreled rifles, and so that count was dropped. Some legal analysts say that count perhaps was the prosecution's best chance of a conviction, but they did not have that. That did not go to the jury. They were deliberating on 5 felony counts, the most serious of which was first-degree intentional homicide. And as you mentioned, Lester, if convicted, he faced the possibility of life in prison. But again, the jury siding with the defense, finding Kyle Rittenhouse not guilty on all counts.
And we note, of course, those on the courthouse steps behind you. Can you characterize the crowd, how the crowd may have reacted at the verdict?
Yes, Lester, behind me, there's been a small contingency here outside the courthouse each day.
So yeah, I'm gonna mute that until someone else comes on and says something. So there you have it, my friends. Kyle Rittenhouse found not guilty on all counts. And if you're just tuning in, I just came back from a little brief interruption. Oh wait, mic not plugged in. Lord Jesus, why y'all ain't tell me you couldn't hear me? Or could y'all hear me? All right. Now, or something, grease, or however the saying goes. But anyway, I don't know if you guys heard me, but anyway, I plugged in my battery, but didn't plug it into the computer. And so that's why we had that brief interruption. But if you're just tuning in, I'm Melissa Berrien of Real Talk with Melissa Berrien. And I'm just coming in to share the news that Kyle Rittenhouse is found not guilty on all counts. And, you know, on this channel, we had many debates about different things. And the bottom line is I knew that this was going to happen for several reasons. You know, a lot of people can argue that there's a dismissal about the fact that whether he should have had the weapon or not, whether he was the provocateur, and then all of a sudden, you know, sort of a throw the rocks and hide your hand kind of situation, where just him being down there with that weapon was him provoking the situation. But then you have the aspect of people chasing him and him defending himself. So I'm not going to sit and argue that. I'm just not. XDMC is coming in. He says, I'm not surprised at all. We heard the good news. I don't care. Like, here's the thing. I do want to speak to this point. Jacob Blake, who sexually, oh God, I can't say that. He did something to a woman, went on a run. What he even doing here? Why his uncle a leader? I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. So yeah, we see NBC News special report, the coverage. Like I said, I wanted to give us time to have a conversation about this. We've been talking about this. Like, you know, no one's really surprised at all. So okay, a felon shipped into town from Arizona having an illegal weapon and attempting, okay, I don't know. Trash can waves. Bless Reborn is celebrating. His uncle was speaking on the case afterwards. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know. This is the case that I was following. Again, I'm not going tit for tat with whataboutisms and all of that concerning black and white, because as I said before on this channel, I am not approaching this from a state of, oh, you know, to be perfectly honest with you, if I can be transparent, I don't even know if the people that he shot are black and white. I don't even know the color of these people. I just know the facts surrounding it. You know, a lot of you that are, you know, Kyle supporters or feels like he's a hero, y'all are really digging deep into the people that he shot or whatever. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't even know the race of these people. I'm assuming they're black based on your comments, Trash Can Waves. So let's see what Tali is saying.
With a dangerous weapon was provocative. And I think when they broke it down with each of the three victims, they stepped into his shoes and they agreed with Rittenhouse that he was in danger and that he was justified in taking the violent actions that he did.
And how do you think the social impact of this will be? It's probably hard to read, but a lot of folks will take what they want out of this, this verdict.
Yep.
That's right. It was polarizing going in.
They were all white felons. It doesn't,
going out.
Trash Can Waves, this is my last time saying it. You know, the fact that he shot white felons doesn't, just because someone's a felon, like I know and love people that have felonies. So just because these people were felons doesn't mean that he had a right to end their lives. It doesn't matter to me what they did. So this whole notion that, oh, two felons are off the street because of this guy, like that's a side point that has no legal basis, because we can't just go around trying to figure out who in our neighborhood has felonies and then we get to just defend ourselves and exterminate them. That's my whole point. I understand that all this is terrible. Kid defiler, you know, domestics, all of that. But it doesn't mean that Kyle had the right to exterminate them based on that. It just doesn't. Because if that's the case, many people who have their actual children violated and end up getting arrested because they in turn do something to the people that violated their children, they will be justified and they'll get off. And we know that that doesn't happen. People are doing time right now because they decided to off someone that hurt someone in their family.
Mr. Rittenhouse
probably
won this case by taking the stand. He had a constitutional
right
not to testify. But when the defense is self-defense,
exactly, Friendsgiving. That's a moot point.
The first person he killed followed him and tried to grab his gun. The second attacked him with a skateboard, and the third person he shot pointed a gun at him.
I got you. Odds wise.
Testimony, and apparently it found reasonable doubt That's the standard for not guilty
Yeah.
verdict.
The
Absolutely.
prosecution lost on some points that things it wanted to do, things it wanted to say. Do you think any of those really came into play ultimately?
No, I got you.
You know, there were concerns throughout the trial that the judge took the scales in front in favor of Mr. Rittenhouse.
Absolutely.
Including by excluding some evidence that
Yep.
the prosecutors thought was really probative.
Mhm.
They had video of Mr. Rittenhouse beating up a teenage girl. Another
Yikes.
video of him looking at people he thought were stealing from a CVS drugstore and saying, man, I wish I had my gun. That might have made a difference to a jury, but the judge thought that it was inadmissible.
Of course he
Based on
did.
The verdict, concerns about the judge and the prosecution will go away. When a defendant is found not guilty, the verdict is final. The prosecution cannot appeal. So those concerns will go away in a legal forum. I think that there are some people who will not have confidence in this verdict, Lester, based on those concerns about the prosecution and the judge.
There was video of these confrontations, but also ultimately, is the jury not simply asked to go inside the mind of the individual, what they thought, what they perceived as a threat?
So the jury has to do two things. One, it has to find that Mr. Rittenhouse himself actually believed that he faced a deadly threat from each of the three people who he assailed. And second, that belief was reasonable, that another reasonable person would have had the same concern.
Right.
And so in accepting Mr. Rittenhouse's self-defense, the jury was either persuaded by him, or maybe they thought the evidence probably favored the prosecution, but probably is not good enough. It's a criminal case. The standard of proof beyond a reasonable doubt means that the jury has to be around 95% certain.
All right. Thank you. I want to go to Washington Post columnist Eugene Robinson to give us a little bit of the bigger context. And the context, of course, this was all taking place, Eugene, during a protest over the shooting of a black man by police. When you look at that bigger context, will this always stand apart, or will this be a case that's strictly about self-defense?
It's going to take precedence. It's going to not stand apart.
It's not strictly about self-defense, in my view.
No.
I mean, there is the issue of how the prosecution presented its case. Had prosecution presented the case all along that it presented in its closing arguments, namely that the people Kyle Rittenhouse says he perceives as a deadly threat. Actually, the reason they were coming at him was they perceived him as a threat.
Exactly.
He had this huge military-style weapon and was running up and down the street. And they were just trying to, in effect, protect themselves. But the prosecution didn't really make that case. They argued it in closing arguments. And then, of course, the judge in this case, there's a long history of being pro-defendant. You know, look, in our legal system, if you want a judge to lean one way or the other, you want the judge to lean toward all defendants rather than leaning toward all prosecutors. So, you know, so there are unique things about this case. But what concerns me, though, is that the result will be seen as a vindication of vigilantism of what Kyle Rittenhouse was doing.
That's my concern.
During these demonstrations over the shooting of Jacob Blake, he came across state lines carrying a military-style assault weapon with what end? To protect property that he had nothing to do with his property. There were police on the scene, duly authorized and trained law enforcement officers who were prepared to handle whatever situation arose. Yet he came in, appointing himself as some sort of enforcer, and to the extent that
appointed himself
legitimizes that line of thinking.
That's my concern.
Action, I think it's very dangerous.
That's my concern.
And it's very worrisome going forward.
That is my concern. Self-appointing yourself.
A lot of issues, and it's a country in which there are more guns than people.
I was just going to say, you touched on a lot of points that are going to be the topic of a lot of conversation going forward based on what has happened today. We'll be getting into all that tonight when I see you on Nightly News. That concludes our coverage of the...
So that's that. You have it. He has been found not guilty on all the charges. And just as the gentleman just said, that's one of my concerns about, and very light concern. You know, I'm not emotionally tied to the situation in the sense of calling him a hero and all this other stuff and, oh, I hate him or whatever. Miss Hare is doing what she doing today. So anyway, but it does beg a concern out of me in the sense of what precedents will this now form for people to just show up and appoint themselves the law and order. And if something jumps off as a result of them inviting themselves into the situation to be the peace person while packing, and something jumps off, this court case says you're good to go. So yeah. Hey, Professor Black Ops, cybersecurity for the people. He says salute to the chat. Violent leftists have been put on notice. Okay. I neither hate nor love him, but I respect the rights of a citizen. Got it. Stand up for your rights. The First Amendment and the Second Amendment protect. Okay. That's fair. And that's my only point, you know. And I do think that this notion of self-defense, it's, you know, it's giving me really, man, and I was talking to son-in-law about this. It's giving me George Zimmerman. You're okay. Forget Zimmerman. It's giving me this Karen spirit of things. And follow me. I understand that there were riots. I understand that the city was burning. You already know my standpoint. I don't think that the Seattle police station should have been overrun. That's not me. I'm not on here going woo woo woo, you know, burn it down. Like, no, that's not me at all. I also think that we have a right to protect our property. Our businesses are included in that. This notion of Kyle just innocently branding this weapon and going down in the middle of the riot because, oh, I just wanted to walk through the tulips with this. And just in case someone were to bother me, I'll pow pow. Is BS to me. That's my first point. Because there is a level of intimidation and provoking that happens just because he was down there. And I just think that should have, I don't know what, I'm not a legal person, so I don't know which one of those counts would have spoken to that. I'm not sure. As the gentleman said, the other part about that is he's now down there. People definitely saw him as a threat. That's why even when I was watching it play out and was playing the video, I can see why people think like, hey, what the heck? Who is this guy? Because it's not every day that you see someone heavily armed like that in the middle of a riot, just innocent, and no one just thinks about it. So that's that part. And then finally, my other thing is, if the rioters were chasing him and all of that, you know, there's no point in going back and forth, but I can definitely see where they're chasing him because they think he's the threat. And rightfully so, because what, you know, like I said, there's a level of intimidation and provoking that is going on that can happen in that. Now, does he have a right to defend himself if they're kicking him and chasing him and all this other stuff? I'm not saying that he doesn't have a right to do that. Patrick's time, I'm not saying Kyle was the only one with the gun. Not at all. But I'm talking about Kyle. Okay. So the other part that begs a conversation is this notion that this is just a one and done. This is just Kyle's situation. And that's that. And I just don't think so. I think that this put a stamp of approval, so to speak. Like, and I just think that there should have been more of a conversation to the point of a private citizen appointing themselves junior police officer to protect the city. That's my whole point. That's all. I'm not going to go back and forth with you guys. I love y'all. You know it. But, hey, hey, if you feel like you needed the stamp, go right ahead. And if there's unrest in Detroit, try it. That's all I can say. God bless you. They went after the youngest person with the gun. I understand. Listen, you're not going to get a lot of your points. I don't really, that's not what I'm concerned about. So I don't care. Like, as far as that, you know, we love you. I'm with you on the mod though. Yeah. You know, you child, listen, I'm a debater. I'm a debate. But after a while, it becomes pointless because you're, I won't say stuck, but you have your views and it's absolutely okay. Just be careful. Because I don't think, you know, I don't know what Patrick's times racial makeup, but I'm just saying, just historically, I don't know if you would have gotten away with that, Trash Can Waves. Leave a comment down below. Do you think that you would have gotten away with that? While I wait on that comment, let me go ahead and run this commercial. If you're liking my channel, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Right now, do it. Right now, do it. So if you are tuning in, you're catching the replay. Kyle Rittenhouse has been found not guilty on all counts. And that's what we're doing. We're discussing. So shout out to you, Patrick's Time. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. This is what we do. We have conversations like this on this channel. And you seem to be in the same wheelhouse as Trash Can Waves. And you know what, Patrick's? I ain't even gonna lie to you. What was the question I asked y'all? If I did it, okay, yeah, I got it now. If I did it like Kyle and there was video of the incident, absolutely. Same jury, same judge, same jury. Absolutely. Same judge, same jury, absolutely. Absolutely. The video saved Kyle. You think so? I don't know if the video saved him. I think he just had number one, the judge saved him. I think the judge was very what's the word? Sympathetic. I'll say that. I think the judge was very sympathetic. So I think that was an influence. But also, I think that it's just the climate. It's just the climate. And it is what it is. This is what we do. Not all cases had video. I got you. The videos is what the jury said made his case and broke the prosecution. Got it. And to be very fair, you know, Trash Can Waves, you got to catch the beginning because I called you up. I was like, where is he? Right before this, when I found out that he was not guilty, I had a conversation with son-in-law. Leave a comment down below. Did you hear what I was saying about son-in-law and what he was saying or whatever? You guys are definitely in the same wheelhouse. He's probably packing way more or just as more, whatever. But there was a few things that son-in-law said that I was like, okay, I can get with the argument. So you're not going to get an argument for me from a lot of these things, other than the three things that I named that was concerning to me. I don't think that there's a reason for the police. Now, if the police were acting trash, you know, when you think about Seattle and the rest of them, the fact that they are, if they are, you know, like, oh, burn it down and we'll get to it later, that's something that we can talk about. You know what I mean? But, and I absolutely understand that, but we have to really be careful when we're validating people's actions where they're making themselves these private police officers, because that's what it is. Now, if let's take everything out the picture, because I think this is what you guys are doing, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with it, because then I will agree with you 100%. Okay, here it is, Trash Can Waves. If you take all the fact the weapon was given to him, all that stuff, and you just look at the video of the people chasing him and all of that, absolutely, he had a right to defend himself. And I said that before. So I understand. But I don't think you have more. See, a lot of times you say, I have more trust, Trash Can Waves. I don't think you would have gotten away with this, Trash Can Waves. I just don't think so. But you do. Interesting. When you think about ambulances being denied access to a community while people died on the ground that could have been saved, yes, they need to know we will defend ourselves. I got you. How are you going to defend yourself without a gun? That's my whole point. I don't have a problem with him having a gun. If he was old enough to have the gun. Oh yeah, no, you don't get no argument from me about that at all. Absolutely. No, you don't get an argument from me at all about that. Without a gun, he would have been chased and killed. Absolutely. So like I said, let's remove all the noise, the facts, how he got there, when he got there, what he was doing. He lied and said he was a medic. He not, da-da-da. Let's take all that away. I agree with you 100%. We have a right to defend ourselves and our property. So that's the end of that. I don't care. All I'm saying, as he should have had his butt at home. That's just what I'm saying. So you preaching to the choir, trash can ways. I feel you. I got you on that. If I did it like Kyle and there was video, okay, so that's trash can. It was something that you said, Patrick. Administer favor. Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday all had to do the same thing back in the day. If you had more people like Kyle, then Black Lives Matter wouldn't have caused billions in damage across the country. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, you get no argument from. I know y'all want to, but I agree. But is it right? That's the question at hand. I agree with you 100%. But do you, as I stated yesterday, Trash Can Waves, Patrick, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, so you're gonna have to catch the live because a lot of this conversation absolutely took place yesterday because I knew the non-guilty verdict was gonna happen today. But the question then becomes, my neighborhood fries up the street. There's a protest. Do I get in my car armed and ready to protect that place because it's in my community? Okay. Rory Cole 13, I guess. He did not say he was a medic. He was there to defend a property using a medic kit, helped who was wounded and put out a fire that is being pushed into a gas station. Yes, we talked about that yesterday. Thank you. No right, no wrong, just righter and wronger in this situation. He was righter more than wrong. Got you. Thank you, Trash Can Waves. Facts. I don't know if you're saying I'm facts, whatever. Like I said, there, I gave my 3 points. Hell, I don't even remember anymore. But I already gave my 3 points with this. And, I like the fact that you have more faith in the situation because I don't think that you would be able to. I don't think you would have gotten off. I just don't think so. I don't think so, only because generally speaking, a lot of times people like yourself, you're criminalized. There's no way you would have been able to walk through brandishing that weapon like that after shooting people and pass to the police and they just like, oh, you good? Okay. Nah. So yeah. So there's some frustrated people. There's some people that are celebrating. There's some people that are like, I'm not celebrating or frustrated, and on to the next type situation. So that is the situation. People are still outside the courthouse. They are gathering in support. Hopefully no one, shows up and decides to clown tonight. You know what I mean when I say that? You got to use certain words. YouTube probably won't even monetize this video anyway. So with that being said, support your girl how you can, when you can, okay? Because I highly doubt they monetize this, but because they've been red flagged. Anytime I mention court, they're like, nope, don't like it. So, and that's neither here nor there. That's part of what it is. I think I'm going to get either Discord or Patreon so I can take these conversations a little bit further and say what I want to say without, coming up with these fancy smancy crazy words to go undetected. So I know, but listen, Trash Can Waves, they have been every live, and you rock with me. Every live that I've done, and I've mentioned these court cases, they have been tripping. Limited ads on every single last one. Yep. As long as it's labeled political news. Exactly. I need to label that. I need to figure it out because like you said, I'm purposely trying to stay in the middle ground here. Cause like I said, but I'm also being honest with my views, you know, but I definitely use different words for certain things. And they have been like, nope. True though, this would not have happened if BLM did not peacefully protest with fire and destruction. I don't know who said that was peaceful. Nothing peaceful was about that. Absolutely. Whoever the hell was protesting, that wasn't peaceful. It wasn't BLM. It was the felons that politicians paid to have bust in. Okay. So middle ground is safe ground, but yes, choose your words wisely. Yeah. It is what it is. They will limit ads and whatever because they feel like it's a controversial issue, which it is. But as far as saying something wrong, you know, nope, I didn't say anything wrong. It's all good. Follow the breadcrumbs. How did Rosenbaum get there? So yeah, you're talking to him about it. So anyway, y'all, you heard it. You got it. You know, it is what it is. It is time to celebrate for some, it's time to scratch your head in confusion for others. And it is what it is. I like having these conversations with you, Trash Can Waves, because it's good to have opposing views because you can evolve in thought, or you can at least consider different ways of thinking. And that's what I like about having these conversations on this channel. Why not violent people has been put on notice. The right has violent people too. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All sides, every group, every race has bad people, have extremists. There are some people that own weapons that do not agree with anything that you're saying, Trash Can Waves. And there's some people that will rally behind you and go, yep, you're absolutely correct. And so that's the beautiful thing about being able to have the freedom to express ourselves the way that we want. So yeah, if you're just tuning in, I'm Melissa Berrien of Melissa Berrien Live. And it's breaking news. Kyle Rittenhouse has been found not guilty on all counts. And Trash Can Wave says, you know, I love you, Melissa, but I'm passionate about 2A, and I had to watch cities and children be burned down for a whole year. This was a relief. I got you. I understand. It was, and again, I'm not one that is, you know, I had to break this down during this time because there were a lot of people that thought I was capital BLM, and that's not what I was saying. I just want the fair policing of everyone. And so in saying that, like I said, I'm not capital BLM. I am capital B, lowercase m, L, lowercase m. It matters. We matter. That's all. At least a lot of people are now have their eye open and not just eat up the garbage that most of the media politicize. I think that, you know, because Trash Can Wave said that last night, you know, I don't know who people are and who you feel are closed-minded or whatever, but if you watched me or followed me prior, the bottom line for me is, you know, there's a lot of people that have open minds, even people that don't necessarily agree with what you're saying. Like a lot of people, we know what the media can show. Like I know a lot of Ferguson, you know, I have friends that are in Ferguson, and, you know, that's when I realized, well, that's not when I realized, but that was one of the cases where a lot of people are like, these people don't even live here. These people don't even live here, and they're down here doing this. They're not even from our city. So you're absolutely correct. Yes, Forge, man. I had to watch babies. Yeah, absolutely. I understand. And it continues to go on in Chicago. I don't understand. And it happens in Miami, Florida, where I am from, every single day, let alone every single weekend. It's a madhouse. I have a right to defend myself, but I don't have a right to instigate violence. CNN is poison. Kyle instigated violence. They mad now. Watch when Kyle sue CNN and get paid millions. Cancel the media. Baddest man hit my man. Okay. So yeah. So we'll see. We'll see, because it definitely looks like you said, with his defense and his family representative. It is very interesting to me that, a lot of people are crying foul as it relates to Kyle, like, oh, he was being treated unfairly, and oh, this, that, and the other. But you see this all the time in other cases. The facts are never stuck to without digging up these people's past, and they're just horrible people. And even if they were innocent, they're just terrible people. So we found that out. So good. One less terrible person off the street. But when it happened to Kyle, then it's like, oh, poor Kyle. So that's interesting. Now, that is interesting to me. And that's neither here nor there. So, yeah, tonight is Sipping and Just Saying. And so if you're new to my channel, let me let you know what that's about. I have to tell you that we're living a very fast-paced life. Sometimes we barely have enough time to even eat a balanced meal. Well, here's the thing. I created a space for adults to wind down. Essentially, it's a virtual happy hour called Sipping and Just Saying. That's right, a place where we get to wind down. We laugh, joke, we clown each other, and we just share just a relaxed time with one another. So kick up your heels. Come on in with your favorite drink or beverage, and let's have a laugh together. Oh, and did I mention no serious topics are allowed? See you soon. See you soon. So yeah, I'm looking at the videos. Join us tonight. Tonight is happy hour. After all this heavy news, this trial, that trial, and all this other stuff, we're just gonna sit back and have a good time tonight. Blind Guy, his wife, she will be on, Laquita Marie will be on the panel tonight. And she says, I'm going to get ready for tonight, so I'll catch you later, Melissa. I'm sending you some content for Sipping and Just Saying. Thank you. Yay, yay, yay. What should happen to the kid that shot up his school and got released on bail? I don't know that case, baby. But I'll look it up. Damn right, Friday is not so serious topic day. Absolutely. So come ready, because, yeah, I want some margarita. Can't drink too much, though. I just don't like that prosecutor. Seriously, he broke one of the most important rule. Never point. I know that was really heinous. Like, I was like, what is he doing? No. And I don't even, like, I can't proclaim to be so knowledgeable as my husband or Trash Can Waves or everyone else who has some sort of formal training. I don't. But I do know that about gun safety. Weapon safety. You do not point a loaded, yeah. That sent shocks throughout the internet after he did that. Ruriko 13, you're absolutely right. I hope you hit that like button, Ruri, and I hope that you subscribe. You add valuable content to my channel. Like, as you can see, you're in good company with a lot of people. So I hope you did, and maybe you'll join us tonight where we will be sipping and just saying, having a good time, okay? I'm getting all my shenanigans done now, so I'm ready for tonight. Get it all in, bro. XDMC says, walking down the street with a gun, looking brave and standing tall, sitting in court in a suit, crying like a biatch child. F him today, tomorrow, and forever. I'll have my wine ready tonight. Yay! Because I like drunk XDMC. At least tipsy XDMC is hilarious, okay? So yeah, we have a good time, Rory and Patrick. You came through, and those of you that are catching the replay, make sure that you join us tonight. You know, I'll be back in approximately 3 hours. He a kid, we forget that. Oh, so now he's a kid? So now he a kid. Trash Can Waves, I ain't doing this with you. Is he a kid or is he a freaking child? I'm done. Let me go finish setting up for this party and kissing on Mr. Daquan so I can be back at 4 o'clock. Thank you, guys. Let's see what's happening. Let me make sure. So people are still gathering outside the courtroom. Let me show you guys that a little bit. Share screen. Shoot, I might leave that on. Yeah, they're just gathered. People are gathered, probably waiting to get their first glimpse of this guy and his family and everybody. Hopefully there's no negative reactions tonight. Hopefully there's no, but they're ready. I already know that they're prepared. And again, well, trial is over. A kid got his freedom and future. Let's just chill. Absolutely. He was 17. Trash Can Waves, you are full of contradictions, but I ain't going there with you. Don't shame a man for crying and then say men should be allowed to have emotions. XDMC, his life was on the line. Listen, the way he buckled down in court, baby, I don't think I'd be able to stand up either, but he had to. So yeah, this is people gathering. Hopefully, like I said, there's no violent stuff happening tonight. See? Yep. I should dispute that because I ain't doing nothing. I ain't say nothing, YouTube. That's fine. If I was 18, I'd share too. Hell, I shed tears at 45. It don't matter. It don't matter. Wait, I think I saw a van. Did you see it? Let's see. Yep. That van? Or that van? No, that's a little meat. Wait, you just said he was a child, not a man. They're laughing. Ruri thinks she saw a van, or he. I'm Samuel Jackson in the movie A Time to Kill. They are waiting around, boy. It is freezing cold. It looks cold out there. If it's not. Yeah. I think it'll be peace tonight. I pray that there's peace tonight. I think it will be. I think it should be. It definitely should be. It'll be fine. He will be fine. I don't see the van, Ruri. So is this the exit that they'll be coming? This must be the exit that they'll be coming out of. Must be. So there you have it, folks. I'm not emotionally tied to it to be. I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all. Let's see. Yep. All right, let's see. So everybody's waiting around the courtroom to try to get a glimpse. Okay, so who is this talking? All right, we got someone else outside the courtroom. Let's see.
On it, and you know, what's he thanking me for? And I don't mean that it's insincere, but it takes a while to process what happened today. I haven't processed it. I don't think I can't answer that question. If I had to guess, and it would be a guess, I don't think they'll stay in Wisconsin. I got a trial in a week. I'm going to take a couple of days off and go to the Badger game tomorrow, which I've missed. Hopefully. I've missed a couple of Badger games because of this trial, and I'm we were afraid we weren't going to get to go because they were going to have them deliberate on Saturday, and I want to see them beat Nebraska.
Do you have any sense that they agreed to those verdicts much earlier, but maybe just took some extra time to at least leave the impression they really fought through it? It wasn't a quick, sudden decision.
I don't believe that. Yeah, I don't believe that. I mean, there was the questions, and I think I said this to some people yesterday when they asked to call off at 4:00. You could see the tenseness in those people, the jurors. At least I could, or I sensed it, who were entering that room, and if they wanted to quit early because I think they were tense, and if there was some early verdict and they were playing all of us for fools, they're great actors and actresses. I don't think that was the case.
What do you think about the amount of time?
I believe so. I have clients from 30 years ago I still talk to. I get one of my oldest favorite clients. He moved out of Racine, moved to Minneapolis. He texted me congratulations. I talk to him once a month. I try to stay in touch with clients who want to stay in touch with me. I like to see him do well, and I hope that Kyle does.
Do you think that they'll keep a low profile?
I hope so.
What do you think the amount of time that the jury took to do this says about how they handled it?
They took it very seriously. As I said, it's the longest jury I've ever had out. Wow. Can I go home?
Go home. Anything else we haven't asked you?
Mark, do you think he'll ever talk?
The longest jury I've ever had
Probably.
out. Wow. Those are the comments from Mark Richards. He talked about a lot there. Talked about the threats he's received. It's scary how many death threats I've had. Said he had to shut off his phone at one point, and said that this case became more politically driven than he expected. It became a bigger case than he thought, and he thought the judge was fair. And the jury, obviously, in his case, made the right decision.
Yeah, Mark Richards says that, this was the first case that the media covered gavel to gavel for him. So, he said it was a case of self-defense. Obviously, that's exactly what it came down to. He also mentioned he was disappointed in the prosecution because he says it wasn't so much about seeking the truth. It became about winning. We want to go live now to our Bill Miston, who is outside as that crowd has gathered. Are more people showing up, Bill, because you've been there, you've seen this all day?
Well, Steph and Ben, what I could tell you is that there's been more media assembled here than demonstrators than what we've seen over the last several days, at least this afternoon when that verdict was announced. But what I'm going to step out of the shot here so photojournalist Tim Primo can kind of push in. Within the last several minutes, a handful of people with a snare drum and a banner who aren't in agreement with the jury marching up to the courthouse steps. People have kind of remained on the courthouse steps. I'd say probably a dozen or so demonstrators surrounded by some onlookers as well as the media continuing to talk and debate.
Yeah, I was going to chime in. No one's fighting. This is what we do on this channel. We talk about it, we talk through it, and then we move on. This is an interactive news talk show type style. So yeah, never that. Never that, not over this. Nah. And so XDMC is responding to that. Yeah, no. The streets would be safe now because okay. But that has nothing to do with the trash can waves, but I'm not gonna even go there. Okay. All right, I think that's it for the chat for now. Let's see what they're talking about.
Shooting of Jacob Blake by a Kenosha police officer to the protests and unrest here following a summer where we saw protests and marches for social and racial justice. And the verdict in this case, she said it was a microcosm of what we're seeing across the country, and that there is a divide, and that people are still trying to suss out the details here and kind of come to maybe some sort of consensus. You've heard the spokesperson for Kyle Rittenhouse talk about it. You heard Mark Richards. You've heard Jacob Blake's uncle, Justin Blake, as well as those who were here throughout the trial who were supporting the families of Joseph Rosenbaum, Anthony Huber, and Gage Grosskreutz, that there needs to be some sort of unity and a way to move forward from this. And the woman that I was speaking to, I did follow up with her today as well, because she was still here. And, she's been talking with a lot of people, and she may not be of the type of person that may align with, people who are searching for social justice, but she understands where those people are coming from and that there needs to be some sort of bridging of that divide. And are we seeing that here today? Possibly. But what we can tell you is that, this is still a very polarizing and divided sentiment. And I think we're going to see how this moves forward here in the next couple hours and days.
All right, Bill Miston reporting live outside the Kenosha County Courthouse, where not that many people have gathered at this point. He said maybe a dozen people. There's actually more members of the media than actual protesters there, which is probably a good thing since many people were on the edge of their seats with all of this and the verdict coming down today.
202, let's hear the verdict as it came down.
State of Wisconsin versus Kyle Rittenhouse. As to the first count of the information, Joseph Rosenbaum. We, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty. As to the second count of the information, Richard McGinnis. We, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty. As to the third count of the information, unknown male. We, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty. As to the fourth count of the information, Anthony Huber. We, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty. As to the fifth count of the information, Gage Grosskreutz, we, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty.
Members of the jury, are these your unanimous verdicts? Is there anyone who does not agree with the verdicts as read? Would you wish the jury polled? No. Okay. Okay, folks, your job is done, and we started just about 3 weeks ago. And I told you it could last 2 weeks and 2 days. This is 2 weeks. This is 3 weeks. You were a wonderful jury to work with.
Religious leaders are weighing in. Mary Stoker-Smith's in the newsroom with the latest. Mary.
Well, Ben, good afternoon. Archbishop Listecki inviting people to promote peace after this verdict read today. I'm going to read you the statement that he put out. He says, and we quote, during times like this, with severe division among people and the potential for social unrest, it is important for us to remember Jesus' commandment to love one another. As Americans, we rely upon the rule of law and our justice system, which ensures the rights of all of our citizens. We need to remember that every individual is made in the image and the likeness of God, and therefore we need to follow the two great commandments, love God and love your neighbor as yourself. By doing this, we recognize the human dignity in every person and treat each other with respect and love. Again, those words from Archbishop Jerome Listecki coming in this afternoon. He is one of many public officials, public people weighing in on today's verdict in our community. We are going to hear from much more, of course, as the evening rolls on. We have a lot to get to and a lot to unfold. But for now, we'll keep sifting through these and bring them to you as they become available to us. But for now, I'll send it back to the studio with Ben and Steph.
Mary, appreciate it. This is just coming in from Jason Calvi. It says the National Guard still on standby. They're in Milwaukee County and Waukesha County, 500 members, not needed right now. And we have seen those scenes down at the courthouse.
Yeah.
Steph, you said there's dozens of people, not hundreds or thousands.
Yeah, no.
But they're still on standby, according to Jason Calvi,
Yeah.
who's been watching that angle for us.
Yep.
Well, it is 2:05 on this Friday afternoon. It took 4 days for the 12 jurors to finally come to a verdict.
Well, there you have it, folks. Yeah. They always want to throw God in their BS. Jazzy says, I'm not surprised. Jazzy, none of us are surprised, child. None of us. Hey, how you doing? Such a giving community and all are welcome. Black Lives Matter are going to be out, but they're not going to do anything. Hey, Lakeisha, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. So yeah, y'all, if you're catching a replay, I am Melissa Berrien of Real Talk with Melissa Berrien, and I just hopped on from doing my daily stuff to break the news that Kyle Rittenhouse has been found not guilty on all the charges and on all counts. And so in true Real Talk fashion, we are here. We're breaking it down. Some people are celebrating. Some people are venting. Some people are confused. Some people don't care. So make sure you chime in. Leave a comment down below. If you're part of the replay gang, make sure you leave a comment, because if you're new to my channel, you may not know, but I definitely interact with my replay gang. So don't think, oh my goodness, this comment is going to get lost. It will absolutely not get lost. Okay. So yeah, I'm with you, Jazzy. Not surprised at all. Make sure you catch the replay, rewind it a little bit, because I give my 3 points, I want to say, of what my concerns were as far as this case is concerned. And even, listen, even Trash Can Wave said, fair enough. Okay. So yeah. So Ruri is giving a deep sigh. She's like, why do they always use religion for this? Religion is, you know what? I don't want to go there. I'm going to just go and rewatch Matilda. See you, Melissa. You know what? Ruri, enjoy Matilda. Hopefully I'll see you later on tonight. Thanks for chiming in to our my chat and adding to the conversation, because it was definitely valuable. And you know what? We're all entitled to our opinions, and I'm glad you shared yours. So I'll see you later. Trash Can Waves, hit the like button for the discussion. Where else can you have an equal one? Absolutely. That's what we do over here. Okay. We don't have to agree. We just got to respectfully talk about it. Hiram, hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Matilda is the bomb. Okay. Listen. My support for the channel. Have a nice night. Thank you, Ruri, because the way these ads are being limited on this topic, I really appreciate it, girl. Thanks for stopping by. Like I said, you were already you home. We best friends now. So when I see you in these streets, don't act like you don't know me. Thank you so much. I don't take it lightly. I love when you guys come in. And I have a special announcement tonight about support and other ways that you can support this channel. So hopefully I'll see you guys tonight. Ruri, come on by, stop by for sure. You all right with me, girl? Oh, shoot. And then Jazzy said, don't leave me out. Jazzy said, not today. Don't leave me out. Jazzy, girl, we're best friends too. That's the thing about me. Like, I collect best friends, and girl, we're best friends now. Thank you for your continued support. And also this super sticker. I really, really appreciate it. Like, I can't, like, I'm overwhelmed at this point. Thank you so much. I don't take it lightly at all. Thank you, girl. And I got another one. Trash Can Waves, my guy. My guy. Of course, sir. Thank you. I don't take it lightly. I love the fact that there's some things that we can agree to disagree on. And I think that you're learning me, and you're learning, you know, how I think. And I'm not a closed-minded person, but I like the fact that we can have a conversation and you're not closed-minded. You know, there's some things you're like, okay, fair enough. And then for me, I'm like, yeah, okay, I can see that. I love that. You bring it. You, Jazzy, Ruri, you guys made this stream today because we had a great conversation. Pamela, shout out to you, all of you. I don't take it lightly. I appreciate it. Here's the thing. Let me tell y'all something about me. I don't play when it comes to my money. So because of that, I don't play when it comes to you guys' money. So I want to make sure, even though I'm not dolled up and jazzed up and zhuzhed up the way I normally am with the makeup and the this and the that, like I will be later on tonight for our stream in a couple of hours, I still want to make sure that I give you guys quality content. And not only that, a place to talk. We don't have to agree. You know what I mean? We don't. So thank you so much, Trash Can Waves. Absolutely one love. Absolutely. All right. So I really appreciate, you guys are just too much. About to hit the shower before work. We need that movie night. Yes, we will get that. You know, you have to email me examples because I didn't find it. But if I end up getting a Discord or a Patreon, I might do it on a different thing and just sell tickets to come in. Honestly, that's what I might do because I don't know how they're doing it. But I'll keep looking. If you're wondering what we're talking about, we want to do watch parties where we watch videos and stuff together. Netflix movies and stuff. I wish you had a cable news network show. We got to try and make this happen. You know what? I believe as I look at Tabitha Brown, who has put in the work, doing what she needs to do, and Kev on stage. You know, these are my inspiration, right? And so they have been grinding for many, many years. I'm the new kid on the block, even though in my heart, you know, I got small dog with large dog syndrome here. And so to your mouth, to God's ears, for sure, because I would love that. Mind blown. Love it. Y'all will see ugly cry. Okay. So all I'm going to do, actually, not all I'm going to do, but I'm just going to continue to chug along and have this platform for you guys to get the news and everything else that we do on this channel. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in about 3 hours where we're going to have fun and party. See you later, Jazzy. Grab a drink. And it don't have to be alcohol, even though I'm telling you right now, you have got to show up, because the guy that's 1, 2, 3, 4 comments above yours, XDMC, is hilarious when he's a little tipsy. I'm just saying, you got to come back for that tonight. So if you're wondering what I'm talking about, let me end with this commercial and then I'll see you guys later. But this is what we'll be doing tonight. So I don't have to tell you that we're living a very fast-paced life. Sometimes we barely have enough time to even eat a balanced meal. Well, here's the thing. I created a space for adults to wind down. Essentially, it's a virtual happy hour called Sippin' and Just Saying. That's right, a place where we get to wind down, we laugh, joke, we clown each other, and we just share just a relaxed time with one another. So kick up your heels, come on in with your favorite drink or beverage, and let's have a laugh together. Oh, and did I mention no serious topics are allowed? See you soon. All right, so see you soon. Soon as in 3 hours from now. So let me go finish setting up this dinner party reception thing that we're doing at the house, and I will see you guys later. As always, be kind to one another. No matter what side of the aisle you are concerned in this, it really doesn't matter. Just make sure he's a fun drunk. It doesn't matter as long as we keep it classy, because that's what we do over here. Keep it classy. I'll see you guys later.